This is called K.
K?
Yeah, kinky.
Kinky, yeah.
You clearly don't watch the show, no?
Bits
That's
and
fine,
pieces.
that's fine.
Right.
We don't cater to people like you, we cater to people who are just more interesting. On a scale of 1 to 50 shades of grey, how emotionally matured are you and how kinky do you want to get or can get?
Okay, these 2 questions, right?
Yeah, this is no yes or no, you can use your
know.
mouth.
Kinky and then use your mouth.
On a scale of 1 to 50 on the kinky scale, I'm not very high. I'll say a 25.
Are you a starfish?
A what?
A starfish.
What does it mean?
What's your secret turn on sound?
My phone is always on mute, bro.
The vibrating effect?
Vibrating, yeah.
So that's what you like.
I think that's the sound.
You like the vibration.
It's always on mute.
Have you ever tried talking dirty accidentally and sounded like a customer service representative? Shall we, Celeste?
I've never had kinky conversations or like.
Janik, one person you can't lie to is me.
That does not mean in any way that I've done that with him. Are you a starfish?
Far from me. I need the ocean to swim. I'm just waiting for the fish to come my
For the
way.
whale to
So
come.
how
Yeah.
would you swim? Like
Some whale to come.
Welcome to Date with Danu, right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today we're speaking to people who have really contributed to the world of business. They have really found a place for themselves, and at the same time, they're technically still young. Let's get on with the show.
Hi, I'm Shalin. I'm here to go on a date with Danu.
Hi, my name is Sandun,
my name is Janik
and we are here to go on a date with.
Danu.
Well, Danu's been trying to get me to go on this date for a good 5+ years now. I've tried to get away, I've tried to run, I've tried to hide. It hasn't worked, and particularly since he's an author now, I thought, hey, might as well try to get in the next book. So here I am.
So this is my 3rd time on date with Danu. So either Danu is running out of guests to get on the show, or he just wants to be around me all the time.
Oh, I confirm that because the moment that you get me as a guest is where you hit the lowest point. So he's been trying to get me. I'm no celebrity, so he's getting me to the show. So
He's very humble.
Yeah,
He is a
the lowest.
celebrity. So I've also been asked by Ashanti to bring Danu to the gym. So that's a part of the task in being here today, to drag him back.
okay.
So yeah.
So this show, I was able to bring someone who has never been on this show for the past 8 to 9 years. We have been running this program. He has either not been able to find someone who was worthy enough to sit next to him on the couch, or he was just not in the country. He has been on every other terrible show except mine. Well, it's good that we elevate his standards. Shalin, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. I've been waiting so long to be here.
He said you never invited him.
I have invited him multiple times, but it's just that all the other core guests who you have offered me were either refusing or they were like, no.
Scared of you, Danu, scared of you.
Why?
I
I'm one of
don't
the
know.
nicest people you'll find.
Exactly.
You know, nobody
right,
want
that's
to take
right.
this seat next to you.
Really?
Yeah.
And we have Sandun, the man behind Mastercard in Sri Lanka. He has made big headlines, and also you would have seen him around either as a partner or as someone who is contributing towards the project or the cause. Sandun has been a supporter of this show as well, but refused to make it, and eventually with an ultimatum of unfriending and completely disowning his himself from my life, made him come on this show at last. Thank you for being here, Sandun.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I was telling others actually this could be the lowest point where you run out of your guests.
No, I have been lower. I have been lower, I promise you. And we have Janik, who has developed his brand, Celeste, which he spoke about initially 5 to 6 years ago when we had him on the show, and today it celebrates 5 years, and we at Hi were there to cover it. I think he falls into the more young business person. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Danu.
So this is the team that we have. So let's start things off. Now this whole thing about creating a model that works as a business, and that is one thing. But it's another thing to make sure that you're seen in the public eye in a particular way, where you manage your brand through you and you become a representative of your brand. And I think Shalin did a phenomenal job with it, not only being the face of Spa Ceylon, but also taking Spa Ceylon to a point where it's recognizable as to what it stands for, what it sort of means to use Spa Ceylon, and what is it to associate with this brand. Were you the pretty one out of the family that they put forward?
I was the youngest out of the family. There you go.
Okay.
So look, it just founded between my brother and I think our personalities are different as well. So I was always naturally more of the front end kind of guy, and my brother always took a back seat, but handled a lot of formulations, that side of things, which we still do. So it's a great fit in the fact we co-founded it, because what we are good at is different as well.
I still remember the first ever store of Spa Ceylon, which opened at Park Street, and the very first day that they launched the foot massages and the rituals that they started off, I was one of those guests who were invited that is also dead. Well, I happened to go there. They gave us champagne, whipped cream, and strawberries. Do you remember that?
Yep,
day?
yep.
It was actually setting new standards, and it was very alien to some, with the fact that, either in this country, when it comes to a spa session, was either Ayurvedic and relaxing and massage oriented for wellness. If not, it was for something that was dodgy as hell. But you brought in something that was very different. It was like a statement to be there, to get the massage done, and you were proud to go out of that place. From that day to today, has it changed? Has the need and the want of Sri Lankans become more towards it?
Look, I think firstly, the word spa was changed to Sri Lanka by the brand, because 16 years ago when it started, we couldn't even get staff to work at our shops because of the word spa in Spa Ceylon. So
I'm
they
looking
said,
at my crew just.
so they said they didn't want to be there, and they couldn't tell their families that they worked at Spa Ceylon. But now, the external company did this cleaning also, they go and say, oh, we work for Spa Ceylon. Everyone's so proud of it.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think we've really changed the perception of what a real spa is. And the fact that our locations are, if you go back 15, 16, 20 years, spas were either in 5-star hotels, even the legit ones, or hidden in roads and things like that,
Correct.
because people didn't want to be seen going to a spa. And I think that was changed tremendously, because Spa Ceylon, I mean, you can't miss it. We have big structures and we are shouting out Spa Ceylon. And people are really connected with the brand. They're proud of the brand, the fact the brand is global, and they feel like they're part of it. And we started a culture where people were actually going to spa, putting pictures up and checking in at that time. That was the thing. And made that spa culture quite a cool, normal thing.
Yeah, and that's the most important thing. Now, talking about local businesses, there's also, you need to have supporters who embody big brands, global brands. And I think we have always seen this Mastercard logo rotating on cards and business ATMs or bank ATMs and things like that. And we would have never paid so much of attention to it. And card payments became such a trend during COVID, when we were scared and paranoid to touch money. And but for some odd reason, Mastercard really found its place in Sri Lanka, at least in the main cities. I think, Sandun, you were a big part in making this whole brand called Mastercard become something that you associate with, and it became more than just a card.
Yeah.
Was it your vision when you were given this post, when you represented Maldives and Sri Lanka with this? Was it a mission for you to make it into something that is so trendy, or it just happened organically?
I think, Danu, the Mastercard's global approach is that doing well by doing good. And just a little bit of a history, we were the first payment network to be in Sri Lanka. We came to Sri Lanka in 1989. And since then we've kind of expanded. But the difference is that, up until 2017, we've been working with mainstream banks to issue cards. But since then, we've expanded working with the fintech, startups, different other organizations, and even governments for that matter. Hence why you see a lot of partnerships coming forward and the visibility of Mastercard. Otherwise, we've been working with banks as a B2B business, but now we work with startups and fintechs from the ideation stage to the scale-up stage. So, hence why you see us more.
Yeah, because the loyalty those days always belonged to the bank that gave you this card, saying, okay, that's a great offer, you get 1 night free. It was always to the bank, like, oh my God, get this card, it's so good. But now it has shifted to the source where it's coming from, the relationship is built.
Yeah, I think that's because we've been creating value for all the Mastercard customers, irrespective of what bank card you use. And you're right, actually, you go to a bank to get a debit card or a credit card from that particular bank and not a specific network. But now, because we have a lot of offers, partnerships, we have partnerships with Janik, we have partnership with Shalin, and many other people, and we've been having partnership for a long time. So you see us more in that aspect,
You swipe me once, you get it free. Well, it's mostly just tap and go. Nobody's swiping in. It's a bit of a situation there. But anyway, Janik, this whole, when you started off, did you think Celeste will become a space that people will need beyond the whole COVID crisis?
Not at all. I mean, Celeste is never something to plan for it. From day one, it was just a thing that was supposed to first help people keep some jobs that were supposed to be lost because of the hospitality situation and all that. But then from that, today it has changed completely to a point where we're seeing a lot of people who are dependent on it. I met somebody yesterday when I was getting into the lift in my apartment complex, and she said, I think she's about 67 years old, and she said, I order from you guys 3 times a day. I don't go out of my apartment anymore. So bless you guys. So it has come to that point of so many people who actually
She'll save a lot if she orders all in one.
Probably she's not wasting by buying only what she needs for the moment.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. But this plan, like, of in a world where now, especially grocery stores or like the supermarket element to it is just every nook and corner with ample parking and amazing, it has changed. Back in the days, going to a supermarket was not fun, but now it's relaxing. But in this kind of a lifestyle, you created, I think, a need to believe in something that is, but you unfortunately have to believe in external sources to deliver the great service that you will say that you will provide. Have they all lived up to what you?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so I think you're referring to the aggregators. So we work with Uber Eats and Pick Me Market. So these are the guys who we work with as aggregators to help us get these orders across to people.
Because however much you market it, and if they send a papaw that looks completely squashed, it comes back to sellers.
So I mean, we have a 24-hour hotline. People call and then they'll get a replacement or a refund if there is a problem like that. And I think what has happened is we've, like you said, there's a supermarket that you can go to. There are shops in every corner. But we've developed this convenience market where people can buy what they want without having to really go through the trouble. They can save a bit of their time to maybe go home a bit earlier, spend a bit more time with their kids, different things like that. I'm pretty sure people still go do their planned shopping once in a while from the supermarkets. But then if they don't want to go all the time, if they want to reduce those unnecessary trips, that's when they stick to convenience shopping. And the best part is it's the same price as buying from any supermarket delivered to your doorstep at the same price.
Amazing. We have a segment called Hot Seat where we put them in terrible situations, but this time I didn't actually. Very normal, sane Hot Seat. Thank you to our friends at Crystal Luxury Wellness for joining us on Date with Danu. As always, they have something new to offer. Now, if you're looking at really improving how you feel, how you relax and rejuvenate and go out there and face the world, well, there is a place for you to come and enjoy all types of amazing services. Well, Elixir Clinic is something that's new to Sri Lanka, but it's globally extremely popular. Now, these really know how to sort of go into your system and work all the magic. You could be a sportsman who is recovering, you could be someone who is just going through a very tight situation. You just want to relax for like a few minutes and, you know, get all those good chemicals coming up again. And at the same time, you could be someone who is just struggling with weight loss. They have all these and more when it comes to giving you quick, easy solution with Elixir. Elixir is world recognized, and you have the doctors to guide you through the process. And at the same time, if you want to know where your body stands in terms of your pressure, in terms of the amount of calcium that you need, or what is lacking in your system, where you feel tired, well, you have this all done through this scan, which will take less than 2 minutes to give you the final results. Then they plan the Elixir treatment to match your body, which is extremely easy and at the same time so effective. Do visit Crystal Luxury Wellness today. If not, give them a call. Thank you, Elixir and Crystal, for joining us on the show. All right, we have questions to ask these people. Let's get on with it. All right. Have you ever pretended to know what you were doing, but you clearly didn't have an idea? This, everyone.
Oh, I feel like that every day.
Many times.
It's like a regular
Of course.
occurrence.
Yeah, I must say, like, Sandun's speech at your 5th year anniversary was remarkable, because Sandun, who I had seated next to me, was a different man.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Sandun knows what he spoke.
Yeah, but I blame Vivek for that,
Yeah.
because we had like a lot of cocktails before the
Yeah,
shoot.
but you made sense.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
He saw the clip after the event and he was like, I actually made sense.
Yeah. Actually, I saw that on TV and I was like, okay, that makes sense.
I've done a good job, yeah.
Yeah.
If your first year in business was turned into a movie, what would it be called, and who would you ideally like to play the lead role, or you?
My COVID story. Boring.
I would say 19-year-old with a 3,000 rupee salary.
It's a long title, but it's okay.
Yeah, subtitle. Yeah.
A title and a sub to
Yeah.
it. Okay.
It doesn't smell anymore. The Ayurveda story.
That's good. Yeah. In Sinhala, that'll be really strange.
Dengandane.
Dengandane.
The Ayurveda story.
But Janik, you really need to like.
Do a better one?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to keep everyone waiting if I keep thinking, so you let us keep that.
What is the weirdest pitch or request you have ever received from a customer or even an investor?
Oh, I get a lot of requests every day for sponsorships.
Yeah.
I think,
What has
All-
been the worst one apart
no,
from?
every day I get some weird one out of many I get, yeah. I can't name one, honestly.
I get weird product ideas very often as well, and people who are advising on how the company should be run, how the marketing should be done. It's a wealth of information out there
That comes to you on a regular basis.
on a regular basis.
But that's also free advice, right?
Free, very
Yeah.
free advice.
Yeah.
You?
I think for me, I've had people who randomly call and be like, hey, you know, we're doing this event and it's a fantastic crowd for y'all's ideal Celeste target market. You should definitely come and sponsor and be a part of it, because they're going to be your customers. And then I look at the type of event and I know that none of them are ever going to buy groceries. So
And they don't know.
and they give me like this crazy, pitch about how the event is going to have this. But then I know very well that they're not people who are going to be our customers at any point. But sometimes, yeah.
Oh, on a sponsorship level, like, that's
Yeah,
another
every
daily
day.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's an everyday thing, right?
Every day thing.
Yeah. I may have made a few calls as well.
Few?
Sandun, you're not sponsoring this anymore, so you have nothing to say.
Sorry. He said something about coming back.
He's not coming back. We're going with that other card, you know. If you were to market one person who's sitting next to you on your website or on your, on your list of itinerary, what would you put as their selling point? How would you sell Sandun and how would you sell Shalin? You have to do the same for
So I mean, we are used to selling raw carrots and vegetables, right? So normally you just keep something raw standing there, right? So strip Sandun apart and keep him there.
And
And
Shalin?
then maybe a
That
dip
would be
next to
pretty.
him, maybe
A
some
dip.
That would be very pretty.
A dip.
dip him in
Shalin?
it. Shalin, maybe some balm next to it, and then Shalin looking pretty. I don't know. I can't really think of a way of selling Shalin because it's not going to be that difficult. The moment you put in there, it's going to sell anyway. Which means
Yeah, all that.
For a pain reliever.
There you go.
Sandun?
No, so I think both of these gentlemen, I've loved the passion that they have towards their brand. They wear the brand everywhere they go. Literally everywhere they go. Little surprised he's not wearing it today, but every time I
But
see
he
him,
doesn't wear it so much as this
he
one.
does. He does.
Day to day
Quite a
wear.
lot. Quite a lot. No, it's the sheer passion that they have towards
yeah.
the brand is my selling point. Both of them.
So what are you going to market them
I mean,
as?
sell passion, people with passion. Yeah. Buy them, you get the passion.
I'm
with-
going to sell you like nice and with a dip, and you're just going to put me there and sell
In the
me
passion line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't put you on priceless in that way. So
You could
Shalin?
have said that. You could have just said priceless.
Priceless.
Yeah.
We are both priceless. There we go.
Shalin?
you are.
Don't think about it.
We'll give them slogans. You can say, what color are the two balls? Red and orange? Is it orange and yellow or red and orange?
Yeah, whatever the color you want. Right. Whatever the color you
Yeah,
recall.
you
Red,
bold are
orange, yellow.
No,
It's
those
like a vermilion and
Yeah, there
yellow.
are 3 colors actually.
3?
Yeah,
What's
there's
it
something in the middle.
What's in?
That's the mixed color of it both.
Of course. It comes with 2 balls,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the Mastercard balls. This one comes with what? Patola.
Brinjal and
I'm purely promoting the brand.
Yeah.
Sandun, the man of 2 balls. Janik, the man of a brinjal.
the man of brinjals.
Brinjals.
Many, yeah. It's not going to sell, I promise you. What's the most unorthodox thing that your brand has ever done to gain attention?
I think people were shocked when we started addressing people in Sinhala. People are still try to go at me and say, why are you doing it? And it will reduce the premiumness of the brand and all that rubbish. So I think that was something no one expected from us. And but that's something I never regret. And I think that's increased the width of the brand.
Correct.
I think we have done quite a few, like hosting musical shows on top of the Lotus Tower, to multiple other priceless things. But in terms of business, I think appointing a local Sri Lankan as a country manager is also a little bit of unorthodox thing that they
It's
have
the best
done
thing they did.
to get more pulses from the market, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think 2 other things that we've done before was breaking norms in how we market, like things like contraceptives and sanitary pads and things like that. But then what Shalin said was exactly what was the same for us as well, because Celeste was always marketed in English until recently, and then we started the Kadega and Tobega Order campaign, and then everything just changed where everyone was like, do you really want to go there? But for us, that's perfectly fine, and it's been a great move for us to go in that direction.
After all, it's Sri Lanka. so-
Exactly.
Okay. Have you ever had a business idea that sounded absolutely amazing at 2 a.m. in the morning, but when you woke up, it just didn't make any sense?
Those 2 a.m. in the morning conversations you have, like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've had conversations as well. But the good thing is when you wake up in the morning, you don't remember them.
Oh.
Brilliant ideas.
But does it make sense at 2 a.m.?
2 a.m. is fantastic. Everyone has another idea to put on top of it, and it's like going to winnow the world.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we don't remember them when we wake up the next day.
Sandun? It doesn't need to be 2 a.m., but
He sleeps early, so 2 a.m.
I don't sleep early, you sleep early. Yeah, I have this ability, I can stay awake till late and wake up in the morning, and 7:30 I'm in the office. But yeah, there are many instances that you think of something and sometimes you forget, or sometimes in the morning you kind of realize. No, but sometimes actually those thoughts, midnight thoughts, make sense as well.
Yeah, I've had plenty of those. My team knows that I've had one of those nights if they wake up in the morning and see a few voice notes or messages from me. But if I know I get up in the morning and it's a bad idea, I go and unsend it quickly. Like, no, that was a really bad idea. But yeah, plenty of them.
No, but great ideas tend to happen at the most ridiculous times. And what I've realized now is, it's funny, I was having a conversation about this recently, and some of the best ideas I've had recently have been connected to times where I have not had the phone. It's weird how we are so used to having the phone, and we take all that spare time to get on the phone that it actually stops us from switching off to think. Even on the toilet, we're on the phone now. So like having a shower, I'll get an idea because you've got nothing else distracting you. So yeah.
Lou is definitely the place of ideas. I'm telling you, it's the best. Gentlemen, I think none of y'all need this because I think all of y'all are gorgeous in your own way, but I would like to give some, and I will actually give it to Sandun. I think there's a issue with hair. Let's get into a break. We'll see you right after. Thank you to our friends at Crystal Luxury Wellness for joining us on Date with Danu. As always, they have something new to offer. Now, if you're looking at really improving how you feel, how you relax and rejuvenate and go out there and face the world, well, there is a place for you to come and enjoy all types of amazing services. Well, Elixir Clinic is something that's new to Sri Lanka, but it's globally extremely popular. Now, these really know how to sort of go into your system and work all the magic. You could be a sportsman who is recovering, you could be someone who is just going through a very tight situation. You just want to relax for like a few minutes and, you know, get all those good chemicals coming up again. And at the same time, you could be someone who is just struggling with weight loss. They have all these and more when it comes to giving you a quick, easy solution with Elixir. Elixir is world recognized, and you have the doctors to guide you through the process. And at the same time, if you want to know where your body stands in terms of your pressure, in terms of the amount of calcium that you need, or what is lacking in your system, where you feel tired, well, you have this all done through this scan, which will take less than 2 minutes to give you the final results. Then they plan the Elixir treatment to match your body, which is extremely easy and at the same time so effective. Do visit Crystal Luxury Wellness today. If not, give them a call. Thank you, Elixir and Crystal, for joining us on the show. Welcome back to the show in conversation with Shalin, Sandun and Janik. Have to ask Shalin about something that was a huge shift in marketing when it comes to the brand Ceylon. Ceylon was always associated with just two very primary colors, black and white. And it was always that for the longest time. And all the bottles were green. Just want to let you all know, way before Ceylon got to the market, I have tried some of those products. And it was really good even then. And what was the reason behind going from one extreme to the complete other extreme of having all the colors?
Few different things. Realistically, at the beginning, all the bottles were green because that's all we could afford. So when you get bottles, you need a certain MOQ, minimum order quantity of each color if you're going to multiple colors. So we had to wait till we could scale to do that. The rest of the color coming in was one of the first things we realized are gift boxes. We thought it would be very cool, like all the designer brands, and do black gift boxes, which is cool for a bit. But when we started exporting it out, particularly in India, no one was buying our gift boxes. Asians were just not buying the gift boxes. And when we started doing the research, we found that black is not an auspicious color to gift. So that's when we started bringing a lot of color in. And as we started deep diving into the color and those patterns and motifs that were very much part of our culture, it started evolving and becoming a strong part of the brand, and it just hasn't stopped since then.
I don't think that you all have left any color out.
We can't. I mean, look, again, it's our culture, right? we are a very vibrant culture when it comes to our arts and crafts, and that happens because we are in such a colorful island. Look at our sunsets, look at our mountains, look at our forests, our foliage, all that. So there is a lot of rich color to play with that's authentically ours, and we're using that to authentically stand out when we go international. So it really, really pays off, because like when you go to Europe and walk on the malls, if you go to the cosmetic floor, everything is white, beige, light gray, things like that, and suddenly it's passed on like bam, it's like an assault on your senses, right? Which helps us stand out. And
Correct.
it's really,
especially
really,
I know that every time you all open a branch, like it's like I can spot it from
Yeah.
moon.
yep.
Man, there it is.
Not only colors, he has not left any fruit,
Animal as well.
any fruit, any flower, nothing.
Any print.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's nothing left actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Everything Sri Lanka.
Look, the brand reeks.
Even rambutan you all have taken.
Rambutan's been taken as well,
Yeah.
and why not? We're
Durian?
taking it to the world.
Jambu.
Durian.
Honey, don't.
Not yet.
That will be the last time walking. Oh, smell a very new durian mix of fragrance. Was it a risky decision when you all had to move into perfumes and cosmetic range? Because I know the market is already very, very much crowded, and also the whole element of understanding the difference between perfume and aftershave, all of that. In Sri Lanka, mostly people use one, head to toe.
So look, the whole thing about the brand is, yes, we develop and incubate here, but essentially we make to be international, right? So we identified gaps. We also identified that people are really liking our fragrances in the body care, and people were wanting to wear those fragrances because our fragrances are also quite vibrant, quite loud, quite heady on top. So we wanted to take that into perfume, eau de perfume, cologne, all that. And I felt that the way we had educated the market, we could do that with the fragrances as well. And the more developed markets we were in already understood it anyway, so it worked quite well.
Now, something that Sandun always tells me is the fact that he's a man who is very grounded. He always says, it's only, I'm invited to all of this only because I hold a brand called Mastercard. Next minute I don't have it, I'll just be forgotten.
It's true. No,
But
not true.
no, I think you'll at least be close to us. We may not call you as much as we do.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's
We'll
honest.
definitely we'll invite you for things, but we'll not call you so often.
Yeah.
There's nothing just to ask how you're doing. No, nobody does that. So, but someone tell me your start, your beginnings, and how, when you got into work and working in the banking sector and all of this. Did you ever envision this position at a young age, and also to a brand that is globally recognized? And we are not talking about Asia or Europe; it's worldwide.
Yeah, so I've started my career when I was 19 years old. My school deputy principal gave me this golden advice. Even though I was selected to a local university, he said not to go. Start some career somewhere, because I was doing all these societies and extracurricular work and all that. I thought I'll end up somewhere else. Yeah, so I started when I was 19 for 3,000 rupees in a bank. But funny enough, I actually wrote a small note internally to share within Mastercard. So at that time, I joined first Sampath Bank, and their card center was nicknamed Mastercard. So everybody was within the bank was asking me, "Oh, you joined Mastercard, right?" So that was fun fact. And then at that time, there was this whole desk calendar was done by one network, and all the regional people were there with their sports attire, right? So I thought, what a cool job! One day I need to be working for this entity, this kind of entity. But that thought was just like that. And after that, I keep on changing jobs and ended up here. But I never thought that I'll be the country manager in such young age. But yeah.
As much as it is seen as a very fancy job to hold, and you're wanted, you are seen in every event that really does matter, partnering with some big names and big personalities. Have you ever thought to yourself, like, what is there beyond Mastercard? Because I think out of the two of them here, you are the only one who is working for a brand.
Yeah, I think what you said earlier so keeps me grounded, because I think we all have to understand, unless you have your own thing, which is also a struggle. I know it's not easy to run your own company, but especially when you have a title and you work for somebody or an organization, even for government, something that you should know is that these titles take you somewhere, but the moment that you don't have the title, you are just that particular person. So you just have to be humble. You have to be nice with people, and once you don't have the title, it's just that you as an individual will be counting on the friends that you have accumulated during that time. So I really think day and night of this fact, and it keeps me grounded.
Look, even for us, I reckon, if the brands fail, who's going to want to hang out with us? Like, friends aside, now, I mean, we get invited to a lot of things, people are writing to us, asking things, but if the brands fail, people forget us very easy.
But about being humble, I think I was just thinking today, the Shalin that I remember from church 20 years ago or 15 years ago is the same person today. Yes.
Which church?
We used to go to Trita Bhavana.
In Athidia.
Athidia.
So I met their family at church.
You used to come to St. Peter's as well.
Yeah, but that was much younger.
Yeah.
At once, this is part of my life that not everyone knows about. Vivek, his brother, and I used to run a youth group. And do lots of things around that. So this
church was like a very small church where they didn't have seating or anything at that time. There were plastic chairs. So we go, we put the chairs. Everyone sits after mass. We put the chairs back and leave it and go. So that person I remember from then to now is still the same. Just that everything else in his business has grown and become international now.
I think it's about no matter who you are, just be a nice person. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I remember actually seeing your mum at St. Peter's. Janik Balasuriya, I think during the interval mass that happens, everyone looks like half dead and just can't be bothered about life. And there she is, just fully done. She has a sweatband on. She's either finished a workout or whatever. And everyone is like, she's so well put together. And all of us look like dead ducks next to her. But that was the memory I have of her. Janik, in this whole process of finding a space for Celeste or like this whole online thing, I think none of that is possible if partnerships or staff becomes the issue, because I think, team. See, for me, I could ask the way I want. The way you think is up to you. So
I don't like that word. Sorry.
So I just want to know, how has it been working and finding a team that you could sort of keep together always? Is that a challenge? Because especially today, the youngsters who come to work are exposed to things which are not so realistic, from their social media platforms to what they see. Everything looks absolutely gorgeous, and you can't do the whole influencer life in reality.
Yeah. I mean, spot on there, right? I mean, everyone keeps complaining about how it's difficult to keep people these days and it's difficult to find good team members and so on. But I think I learned something from Shalin by seeing the way he was managing his team.
Nothing from Sandun,
right? I've learned a lot from Sandun, but your questions right now have been things that I can relate with, right? So I mean, you see how Shalin has built this culture, right, with his entire team, where they are extremely proud of being a part of Ceylon. Whether you look at their personal social media accounts to everything you look at, everyone is so invested in the brand, right? I don't think Shalin has to think about damage to the brand at some point in something that they do, because before it comes to him, the team has already had that thought and they've taken action because they care so much. So how he created that, I don't know how it really was internally, but what I saw was like this culture he was creating, like the lifestyle he was giving them, hanging out with them, grooming them, guiding them, so many things that he was doing for them. And I started learning from that and trying to see how I can make my entire team really love the brand as much as I do. So today I'm proud to see that my team wears the same band, not that they're asked to do it, they all wear it. You look at their phones, their laptops, they have the Celeste logo all over. You look at their personal social media, they post more than I do, every single thing they do. So all of them are starting to love this brand and they're starting to really embrace it, right? So now, recently when we did this appreciation for our 5 years, we were posting pictures of our team on social media And one of my friends called me and said, is it a smart thing to do? Because I mean, I know you're doing a good thing, but do you want everyone to know who's behind the scene doing your business for you? People might poach your team, right? I said, if they want to poach, they can, but this is not going to be the way they're going to do it. So I went back and I told my team, I said, somebody said this to me, but I know that we built a family here, and it's not just a team. We're like a family, and if somebody wants to leave and you have a great opportunity, more than happy for you. But otherwise, unless you get something amazing, you're not going to leave because you're so happy with this whole community that we built, this family that we built. So I think that was very important. They enjoy the lifestyle, they enjoy the way we work, and the connection all of us have, and the fact that we celebrate every little moment together. So I hope that answers.
I've seen that actually, your team, even the senior people at Celeste, how they carry that brand is fantastic. Like, we've done quite a lot of things with Celeste, and every time you do something with Celeste, they send a handwritten thank you note, and it's just not a small thank you note, they send a very, very long letter.
There's actually a person there. That person is letter writing.
Oh, that's the KPI of that person?
Yeah. Letter writer at Celeste.
No, but I think it's a sweet thing, everybody signs. True, we are all promoting digital, but the handwritten note is
The little
always,
gesture, right? The little
always a
little note
very,
that
very
they
nice gesture.
get, yeah.
So the key there, Danu, is that we as bosses or whatever need to take interest in these people. Young people, everyone complains about Gen Zs, but they're fantastic if you get them passionate about what they're doing.
Exactly.
And to do that, you have to take interest in them.
Yeah.
So one of the questions I ask at every interview is, what's your dream? And someone gives an idealistic answer like to move up the ladder. So what is your dream? So a lot of the people, their dream has nothing to do with their job, or some of them will have some great aspiration. And we need to understand that we are part of that journey. Might be a short time. People don't come to work for 20 years at one place anymore. So what I do is I try to give them as much as possible that will help them towards their dream. So they feel like this guy understands me, and my whole leadership is trained to do the same thing to their staff. And therefore the relationship changes straight away, and everyone's just heading in the right direction.
Has the management style, it has definitely changed. I think speaking, you have to speak with them, you have to speak a part of who they are and like incorporate their lives into a boss's life. Definitely the culture has changed from the way when I started my career, where you have to like say, excuse me, can I please? Now it's just, they feel like they have the stake in you and your, like the job that you do with them. So a part of it, they'll walk in and be like, hey, can you do this? Yeah. So I think it has come to that. But have you ever had to face a time where you feel like this could also not work the right way, having such flexibility?
So I think if I can jump in there, something I felt was I was always used to growing up having anybody who works in our team coming and calling me either sir or at least Mr. Jayasuriya, right? And then I wanted to come out of it, right? I wanted to come out of it where I saw everyone going into first name basis, and it suddenly went from sir, Mr. Jayasuriya to Janik, right? And then it was your ego is also there, right? So you're feeding your ego in everyone calling you sir and praising you and all that. But then moment you change that to first name basis, is anything going to change, right? The only thing I realized that sometimes some of your team members lose that respect and regard because they don't realize that you're talking to somebody who's your leadership. But then that was a little bit of mentoring, like guiding them for them to understand. But apart from that, I think it was great. So right now, I think we are all on first name basis. The team all comes and talks to me and refer to me as Janik, which I think I've seen that even.
I think that if you build the culture corrects itself.
Yeah.
So it's almost like self-policing. Some people can't handle it. Some people just don't fit in the culture and they drop off. So, or someone else in the team will talk to them and say, hey, take it easy, you're abusing the freedoms you have or something like that.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing about building a culture like that is the self-correction and everyone taking interest and everyone tapping on the shoulder and saying, take it easy kind of situation, which is beautiful.
I think it's also about, if there is this very, very old saying, if you take care of your people, people will take care of your business. I think that's the core, basically.
Definitely.
You have to believe in them. You have to just take care of them. And as a manager, if you take care of them, I think they'll take care of your business. So you don't have to really worry about the KPIs, etc. It's just simple as that.
Excellent. We have a segment called Yes or No. Welcome back to the show, and we have some questions that we would like to ask. Just show the relevant side to the board, okay? If you all want to explain more, or if I feel curious, I shall ask. Would you describe yourself as a social person, or you an introvert covering that personality for the job you do?
It's not a yes or no question.
Yes or no?
Ah, okay.
That's not a yes or no
So it's not a yes or no question.
Yeah.
There's
Are
all
you-
in that, no.
Are you? Would you consider yourself a social person?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not supposed to say it.
Ah.
And are you covering this part? Oh, sorry.
So that's two questions.
Wait,
How the liver?
let's
Yeah.
do this again, please.
No, don't do it again.
I
I think
wanna
it's
do it again.
important.
No, that was a very important one.
Very important part.
Wait.
La natural.
Don't redo.
Would you describe yourself as a social person? Do you cover your introvert personality because of your job? Okay. Do you like to go out dancing? Are you a type of person who gets nervous in a new situation? Oh. Do you have a tattoo that you regret? Tell me what.
I've got a tattoo on this arm that I regret. It's. You want to know what the tattoo is?
No, it has a meaning? No, nothing.
It has a meaning.
Oh, what is it?
It's the 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, water in like Chinese or something.
Then you regret it.
Karunakarakana model.
Do you believe there's more than one way to view a situation? Do you like to plan things at the last minute, or do you like to be extremely planned?
That's not a yes or no question.
Wait.
Sorry. You should ask him the questions.
Huh?
You
Yeah.
should ask him the questions.
There we go.
Where's your?
I don't have one. Are you a well-planned person?
Try to be.
Yeah.
Are you spontaneous? Is that what you're asking?
No. Are you a well-planned person is my
No.
first question. No. Yes or no? It's maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's give you a
Do you like to be spontaneous?
Yes.
Very
Yeah, yeah.
much.
Right. Are you optimist? Are
Spontaneous
you an
in what way?
optimist? Are you an optimist? It's not
Finance
convincing.
people are usually not optimists.
I am. Yeah.
Has anyone ever accused you of being too nice?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
You have.
Yeah, that was in
That
that
was
one
for the-
situation.
That was for this.
That was for the sponsorship. No, that was in a particular
Very different situation.
yeah, total different situation. Do you think that karma is a real thing? Do you like to be admired by your staff? Wait.
Oh, is that all?
That's why I want to see what.
Romantically.
HR.
No, they are admiring you. You are not saying anything.
No,
Still
not
no.
romantically.
Time for a break. Our friends at Selyn, thank you for joining us on Date with Danu. This fabric that I'm wearing right now is from Selyn. Now here's a story. Selyn is not only a fashion brand, it's a movement that has changed lives. Women have come forward, worked and become entrepreneurs, giving life not only to themselves but also to their home. Now Selyn has been a brand that has embodied everything that is Sri Lankan. it's resilient, it gives back to society, and at the same time, it makes leaders. Now, when you purchase something from Celyn, know that you're not only supporting the brand, but you're supporting a family, you're supporting a person's dream and desires. I love how they work in creating opportunities for people to come and thrive. So whenever you're thinking local, just go buy something from Celyn. You are not only helping a brand, but you're helping a family to change their lives as well. Thank you, Celyn, for joining us on Date with Danu. Welcome back to the show. Now, balancing family is a huge part. Now, I know that I just wanted to ask you, now all of you all are married, and finding time for home, making sure that you are also in this marriage without just being a prop, and still working and driving business and creating and being your brand can also be a task. How does one manage, and how do you handle when there's an argument at home?
I'll go first.
I'll
The
go
older one.
As the
so
one
no,
who has
wiser-
the most
wiser
amount
one.
of experience.
No, it's not that easy. I mean, nature of my job is that we have events
never there.
and yeah, you have to travel a lot, etc. So it's not easy. I have twin daughters, and my wife works for central bank, and she's also very busy. So it's not that easy, and you really need to find some time. So what I do is whenever I get some time, I try to spend time with them as much as possible. But it's not that easy with our jobs because our jobs carries a responsibility as well. So yeah, so it's a tough task.
Okay. But have you all had fights because of this?
Oh, every day.
Ah,
Yeah.
Shalin?
Yeah, so I think the toughest thing on my part is I have to travel a lot because we've got interests outside of Sri Lanka, which means not missing a lot of events and other things where the families are involved. I also have young kids, so you end up trying your best not to miss anything that's too important to
for
them,
yeah.
and being around as much as possible. But there are times these things happen. Yes, it does at times cause problems, which is normal. Everyone's human. Yeah. It's trying to build that level of understanding to say why we're doing what we're doing. We're building something just not for ourselves, but for the family, and to be able to do things for the family as well. So it's about trying to develop an understanding that allows both those things, where you can go out and build and then come back and be with your family. So having a work environment that allows you to do it at least when you're here, and then having a family environment to do what you need to do for work. So it's
And
not
also-
always a perfect situation, but you try your best.
And also cherishing little moments that you have,
Oh, absolutely.
and also somehow make sure that you have time for the important occasions in their life,
Giving and
because that goes to their core memory, right? So I somehow make sure that I'm there.
you have got advice from them about when you have kids.
Someday.
Yeah. How?
Someday.
But your wife is also really busy.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a startup, right? So it's still only been 5 years. There's a lot of things that are happening. It's a business that runs 24 hours, 365. So I'm constantly checking on stuff, even when I don't have to. Sometimes now it's come to a point where I've got a habit where I check cameras, I'll go and check like the current updates, what's happening. And emails, WhatsApp have become like a habit that I just keep checking to see if anything's happening. So she's constantly asking me to, take a break. But what you asked about fighting, we've never had any arguments in the last so many years that, we've been together for 6 years or 7 years. Why are you looking away?
Continue.
When have you heard us argue?
Continue.
He knows too much. No,
The
but
fights as in
No,
not
I mean,
fight
we've-
fights,
bickering.
disagreements and all that.
Bickering.
I don't think so. She's very difficult to have even an argument with her because she.
She has just given up. Because this is what Janik says.
That's-
Like,
that's what I'm
two
concerned.
minutes,
That might
two
be-
minutes, 2 minutes. If 2 minutes never come, it never comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to maintain the balance, and she's also quite easy and understanding, supportive. So I keep waiting for that day that everyone keeps saying, oh, it's not going to be that forever, but it's been that for us until now.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit of respect as well, because in my case, she's the one who's taking care of kids and all that as well. So there's a lot of respect that we have to build
And
with
you have
each
to
other.
be empathetic and understanding towards that situation.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
absolutely, and a lot of respect to that. I don't know. I've failed on that aspect because she's working and then taking care of kids, and that there's a lot of respect towards that aspect actually.
Work and independence can bring in insecurity-based issues at home. How do you handle that?
Oh, I think I can take that when I have to watch my wife dance with men when in a professional way, right? A lot of people ask me.
Don't put it the way you said it. When I have to see my wife dance with men.
No, I mean that's how so many people come up to me and they're like, "Are you okay with your wife dancing like that?" Like so many people come up to me and they're like, "It's another guy like holding her hand and like touching her and dancing with her.
Most of the time,
Are you okay with it?" I'm
she's
like,
more butch than the guy who's holding the hand.
yeah. I mean to me,
Nangila denne katha allagin innawa. Sir.
not always, but yeah, I mean to me I'm quite secure, and I believe it's a profession. I respect it. I respect the art and the creativity and the culture that they have. And at the end of the day, she can dance. I mean, there was one particular act in the show they did where they're like creatively showing like a love scene, and to me, seeing them dance like that never triggered any insecurity for me. Like at the end of the day, she's my wife. She comes home with me, and she's my partner.
And you know that nobody can make love that way. That's a lot of acrobatic. It's absolutely impossible. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That particular scene, yeah. So, I mean,
and how was it for you? Like,
I mean, in my case, I think for my wife, I think
taking
she's
pictures with beautiful girls always.
No, not really. She's quite understanding the situation, but her only request is don't post everything on social media. Put it to your close friends. That's the only request. But otherwise, she's quite understanding in terms of what I do with my job. It's the job after all.
Look, it's never been an issue.
No.
I mean, the cosmetic industry, yes, it's photo shoots and people and all that, but it's never been an issue. So,
yeah, true. By the way, have you all ever considered having models for Spa Ceylon who are not exactly in shape? Because they could apply more cream.
that's the hint.
we are very inclusive. So
Correct, but
absolutely.
Next
Yeah,
thing you know,
because,
you're going
I'm
to see
just-
Danu like this on one of the Spa
I'm
Ceylon
just
boards.
saying, if you're selling cream to someone who is really thin, like for example, if the two of us have to apply, I might finish it faster than you.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a market that you really want to tap in.
Based on where you apply, how you apply.
If you're still using cream, I'm very sorry. Let's get into it. How would you like to redesign your smile and make it a perfect one? Well, now it's possible with Align. Now, these guys have brought in what we see in Hollywood, and we'll see all the superstars having that perfect smile, and you wonder how in the world do they have it? Well, now you get a chance to reimagine and see it in reality, how you will look with this brand new beautiful smile at Align, with all the latest technology coming your way and giving you solutions for quick, easy and very convenient results. And the best part is, if you do visit them today, they'll give you a chance to not only experience your new smile, but also bring back a photograph with your new smile, so that during the process you have something to be feeling motivated about. It's such a great experience. Do visit them. They have 3 branches, and at the same time, they're willing to answer all your questions when it comes to this process of how long it takes for it to be done. But if not, you want to go and see them for a regular checkup, cavity, whatever, they have everything under one roof. Thank you, Align, for joining us on Date with Danu. This has been a very formal kind of conversation, so I just want to break it up a little bit. And also, I'm quite scared when I see Shalin's face. How do your staff, like, have fun with you?
What's the problem?
You have a very strict face, like, like.
I'm just aligned and ready for your next round.
Okay, this is called K.
K.
Yeah, kinky.
Kinky. Yeah.
You clearly don't watch the show, no?
Bits
That's
and
fine.
pieces.
That's fine.
Right.
We don't cater to people like you. We cater to people who are just more interesting.
Fair enough.
Okay, now I'll ask this from you. On a scale of 1 to 50 shades of grey, how emotionally matured are you, and how kinky do you want to get or can get?
Okay, these 2 questions, right?
Yeah, this is no yes or no. No, you can use
I
your
know.
mouth.
Kinky and then use your mouth.
On a scale of 1 to 50 on the kinky scale, I'm not very high. I'll say a 25.
Are you a starfish?
A what?
A starfish.
What does it mean? Some things you'll never know, Danu. On an emotional maturity level, I think I'm about a 45.
Oh, that's sweet. I must say, Shalin was. I don't think I've never seen Shalin love this dog as much as I know you all had pets before, but this one really.
Oh,
This-
Pugsley was
just
like a
Pugsley.
child. Was-
Yeah, true.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry about
thank you.
his passing. Okay.
Weird segue, but okay.
Huh?
That was a weird segue, but okay.
No. I just wanted to say, like, you are very emotional that way.
No, of course.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Okay. Starfish.
Yeah.
No, he's just trying to picture stuff now. He was-
Something I learn every day.
yeah, starfish.
Starfish.
Sandun, what's your secret turn-on sound?
My phone is always on mute, bro.
The vibrating effect.
Vibrating, yeah.
So that's what you like.
I think that's the sound.
You like the vibration.
It's always on mute. You'll never hear my phone
Phone
ringing.
ring. Yeah. And then you always send me an automated message. Like in the last 6 to 7 months, you have always just sent me an automated message saying I'm at a meeting. Like I feel like you have permanently kept that for me. Like I'm at a meeting.
I have never got that from you.
Thanks, Janik. It's nice.
No, you call me always during the
Yeah,
daytime.
and
you
Janik
never call
calls
me
you
in the
when
evening.
you
He
give
calls
his-
me in the evening.
You give him an itinerary. I've tried calling in the evening. Again, you send me that.
No, I actually check whether he's free and then.
From
I call
whom?
him. Sashini.
Janik,
Danu.
have you ever tried
Starfish.
talking dirty accidentally and sounded like a customer service representative?
Talking dirty.
That's when you try to be kinky, when you talk, like where you don't bring in the word Celeste into it at all.
I've never.
Hey,
I've
say,
never
hey,
done that.
Shall we Celeste it?
Huh? Shall we just Celeste it?
There you go.
Thank you for calling, Celeste.
Yeah.
I've never had kinky conversations or like. I've
Janik, one person you can't lie to is me.
that does not mean in any way that I've done that with him.
I didn't say that.
It's just that he knows a lot.
Okay, the last one.
So you didn't let me answer.
Okay, say.
What was the question again?
Oh my gosh. Have you ever tried talking dirty, accidentally ended up sounding like, as if you were just picking up the seller's phone call?
Of course not, because you do it with a purpose.
Have you?
Have you?
Spoken dirty?
Are you a starfish?
Far from it. I need the ocean to swim. I'm just waiting for the fish to come my
For the
way.
whale to
So
come.
how
Yeah.
would you swim? Like
Some whale to come.
you said,
I'm
we were
even
boring.
okay
right?
with
Moving on,
Sprat
moving on.
these days, okay? I'm not waiting for any whale. Coming to the last question, this is for all three of you. Describe your bedroom game using one movie title.
Bedroom game. You mean like the sleep therapy sort of thing?
Anything, whatever you all do.
put AC on and sleep.
Like, do you all like Fast and the Furious or?
Dead Recon.
Huh?
Dead Recon.
Wait,
Mission Impossible?
no, not Mission Impossible. So,
It's only a dream.
can you translate? Can you translate that question in a like a?
What the hell? Give a movie title for how you will describe your action in the bedroom.
Nelum Kuluna, Nelum Kuluna.
There we go.
Right. Nelum Kurana, done. That means it's just up and dead.
No, you've not clearly not watched
You have
Nelum
watched
I
Kuluna.
have watched the film.
No, so the guy dies, but that doesn't change anything.
Yeah. So you are Nelum Kulana, you?
I'll go after Shalin.
Behind closed doors.
Good. Very good.
Good luck, Chuck.
What?
Think hard.
Time for a break. I'm sorry, I couldn't choose a winner. Shalin, you are the winner.
All right.
Don't come. We'll pass it to you. Don't come. Don't come. Don't.
Wait,
We'll
I
pass
think I asked on what basis is he getting this?
Yeah.
He actually answered without passing.
Sympathy.
Be transparent.
What didn't we do that was kinky enough to win?
You all just try to be too smart about the answers. He was very
It's
precise.
heavy, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy.
It has self-service as well.
It vibrates.
It has self-service. You don't always, when you travel, you don't need to feel alone. It can keep you going. Sorry. Welcome back to the show. We have pictures we want to show, and we want to like speak about parts of their stories. Now, social media was something that was in the developing stage for a long time in Sri Lanka. People didn't know what to post and what to write on somebody's wall. Like, I tried calling you, like it was on the wall like 10, 15 years ago. And also, things like this also made it to Facebook.
Oh my God.
You were dying, or you were just being nebulized.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was nebulized. I was hospitalized.
You have
This
an
was-
album for this. You have an album for your time in hospital.
No. I celebrated my birthday in the hospital.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is the weirdest photo that you have in that album. So,
No, there's another one. That's worse.
yeah,
And you have hair.
I know. I have. Long
Actually,
time
he
ago.
pointed it out.
No, I didn't. I just showed in the picture.
Oh, I love this photo.
Yeah, I
this
think you all
this
look
was-
really nice.
This was last year's Coil dinner dance. Two of us went. It was a fantastic night.
Would you
Uh,
mind giving it to him?
Yeah, I like that. In the, funny thing happened on this day. We were having a drink, and then we were at the same table because he invited me.
I
after
invited
some
you
time-
as well, and you didn't turn
Yeah.
up. Remember?
That's
After
why I
some time,
turned this
Aseka was looking for him, and I was like, "Where's Janik?" I was calling him. He's missing. To see he was gone upstairs to sleep.
To sleep.
To sleep. That's it.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Right?
Shalin, this is your niece, correct? She's
Yes.
your niece.
Yes.
It's such. Actually, I was trying to explain this to someone. I was like, no, that's his niece, not his sister.
Yeah, so my siblings and I have big age gaps.
Yeah.
And the age gaps between my niece and nephew are only about 4 years. So, yeah.
So that's
I
Shivanta.
thought sister.
Yeah, that's what. It's a niece.
Oh,
It's a nice picture.
Love it.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Can you say it? Say
It's a-
something about this.
It's a picture. What do you want me to say? You're the one who said you explain the picture to everyone. Now you want me to say something.
No, he didn't say anything about that yet.
Exactly.
I'm just asking you where
This
was
is in
this?
China.
All right. So this is in China.
Okay.
It's the first time that we went on a trip together as brothers. We went for the Canton Fair, and you can see the difference in how each of us dress
Mm.
very clearly there.
The eldest is only for comfort.
Always being like that. Who's that?
That's me.
It's a mugshot.
That is Shalin's first picture on social media, and his
This was another COVID picture. That was a COVID picture. This is what I did when I was jobless.
this what shows the power of skincare.
Also, the power of eating at home. Look how chubby I am in the second one.
Yeah.
So this is then and now?
Yeah, nowish. So this is 2000 and when did Facebook come into play? 2001.
Shalin, I just want to ask you something. Do you actually do you like me?
No, why?
No, I'm asking. Do you like me?
Of course.
I just wanted to ask you that.
Where are you?
No, I'm asking you. This picture, tell me about it.
This was we did the walk. You was there, right? We did the again. It was June, I believe. Yeah, we did a wellness month walk.
Yeah.
Kumar was there. You were there.
Why did you ask if he likes you after?
Because the original picture is this, and he cropped me out.
No.
My shoulder is there
That's
in
a
that
good one.
picture.
Really?
And you. And
No,
your
that
fingers.
must
I know I'm not as cool as Kumar, okay,
that
but
must be a second picture. Because
no, my shoulder is there.
really? No, but someone
I
else
just
cropped
wanted you to know that.
Did
It's
I put
okay.
it up?
Yes.
it. Did I put the other one up?
Yes.
Maybe it didn't fit.
No,
No, that-
other one is from mine.
Facebook dimensions are not that.
Not
Two
fake.
different pictures, but
Yeah.
It's. I just wanted
your
to show where
shoulder
the
is
original.
there.
Yeah, my shoulder is there. That's okay, Shalin. That's okay.
But
I
there are
know.
two
I know
different
where
pictures,
to
huh?
stand in terms of rejection.
I'm standing next to you.
Yes, but that's why you have cropped it easier.
We tried to get the board in. You are wider than the board. It's not my fault.
Oh, shots fired.
Oh my lord!
oh,
You
yeah.
look like a teacher.
I wouldn't recognize you if I.
Who's that?
That's me. This,
Before the glow up.
where do you find this?
Age what?
On your social media, under albums.
Now you know what is going to go and delete.
Yeah, this is
How old?
this is at least about 22 years ago. This is about 22 years ago when I was a kid.
No.
You went,
It still does something to me when I see those pictures.
She's definitely a rock star. What I loved about her is the fact that, you all used to have house parties or birthday parties, whatever. She's still so decked up, even if she's tired or whatever. She comes from her room looking like the Janik Balasuriya that the world knows. I've never seen a day where she was dressed down, shabby, nothing. She'll always make sure she was decked up. And I think that comes from her to you,
Of course.
Oh,
very
thank
much.
you. Mom, she couldn't wear flats. She had to wear heels.
Heels.
Even at home. She had just got so used to wearing heels.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Thank you. I'm going to hold on to this one.
And this one, the power couple. They were called the sexy couple or something of that nature. This was on the High Best Dressed edition in 2015, if I'm correct. Yeah. Some
That's a nice
beautiful
pic.
pictures. I just wanted to, you have just completely kept Susie just looking down. Just, you are the only one to the camera there.
Sandun took the picture. Speak
Yeah.
to Sandun.
huh?
Not this
me,
Sandun. The other Sandun.
Like when do you start taking pictures?
I know you met him recently, right? Yesterday or day
yeah,
before.
he came to Sri Lanka on Saturday.
And where is he now?
He came for a night. He left on Sunday.
And how do you know him?
So my neighbor actually at Havelock City is very good friends with him, and he invited me over to his house for coffee.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, the lovely guy.
I'm sure, well.
Yeah, he said he wanted to meet you.
I've never been a big fan of pugs until I saw Shalin's. That sounds really wrong.
So,
He's celebrating happy.
huh?
Don't laugh about such terrible
Cute.
things.
What? Nobody laughed. I think you want to take this home.
I only went for this game. I went for this launch, and the fact that he's him coming down for the only reason I just wanted to see the other people who are attending this event in the field of rugby.
This is a lovely photo because this is where it all started for us.
Yeah.
To change the brand from this event. So this day is very special actually.
Correct.
Brian Habana.
Anyway, I really hope you all enjoyed the show. I don't think I did, but anyway. But yeah, on a serious note, I'm really happy that we have local brands coming up, giving opportunities to youngsters to like work and earn, and it's always such a moment of pride when you walk into an airport, locally or internationally, when you get to see Spa Ceylon. There was a time Sri Lanka was known for tea, we were known for the war, we were known for tsunami, corruption, and then for the Aragalaya. But now, in this whole transition, there was always one positive thing that we are known for is Spa Ceylon, and you all gave new life to the word Ceylon, and also spa, but Ceylon. So I think well done on that, and so proud to know it's a local brand that's sailing so high. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for being with Ceylon right from the beginning. You're one of the people who were
No,
around.
that's it. Later on, you all ditched me for like other new people. That's fine.
But again, thank you for having me.
That's
Thank you for all the memories from back then as well.
It's
with the
okay.
brand.
At least you remember, like I
There
was
you
there at the start. I was like the person who built the pyramid. I'm not there when the pyramid is looking stunning.
Come to the pyramid.
That was a pity.
But back then it was one tube. Now you need 3 tubes. No?
Ane Janik. Only Shalin can fat shape me. Sandun second. Sandun, thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting me and Date with Danu. And I know y'all are coming back on the show. Just amazing.
Bring the contract out and sign.
which is great because more than anything for me, it was a moment of pride to have a brand like Mastercard on Date with Danu, and it was superb. And thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
And the next innings will start very soon. And Sandun, for always being very supportive for anything and everything that has to do with talent for a good cause. The brand is there because you could approach him and speak to him, and he sees the brand as something that could not only give a financial support or give a leverage to the event, but also something that can make that go to the next level. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much.
And Janik, well done in making Vattaka look so fabulous. You have not only created a culture, but you have created a team that is remarkable. You all celebrate. I always wonder, you have budgets to throw all these parties, but
We make do with what we have, and then we have great sponsors
Yes.
who support us.
what to do? On that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for being here, the three of you. We will see you again soon. Until then, keep smiling. So.